Hi guys, Robert Ingelaere here. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of successful training, so you know what to expect and how to get the biggest impact from it. Successful training is not intended to be a course in the broad general sense of the word. We want this to be an experience for you. This is about creating a community. It's about creating a transformation. It's about living differently than you arrived. This is about you finally breaking through and discovering the level of success that you really do deserve in your own business. Here is how we are going to be working together to achieve that goal. Successful training is made up of the main course module, the main course curriculum. We also have the private Mastermind group. We have weekly Q&A calls. This is where you're going to get your interaction, asking questions, feedback, real-time coaching. We also have some personal check, list and templates. You'll learn more about this as we go along, but basically these are tools that Sylvain, Marie, Laurent, Bertrand and I have developed over ourselves. They're not something we set out to create. They're just what happened when you do something that works and you own it and you craft it and you use it again and again and again. Then, suddenly, after years of success and millions of dollars, you're left with these market-tested tools, templates, checklists that we know produce a certain result every time we deploy them. You're going to get those checklists and those templates as well. We have some unadvertised bonuses that we didn't talk about in the webinar, which are, you'll learn about those as we go along. You're going to be really delighted with some of that information. Most importantly, at any point of this course, if you have specific questions about your personal network marketing opportunity, your company, your exact situation in your business, you're going to be able to ask those questions and get personalized, custom guidance from a 7-figure income earner. In other words, we don't want this to be a one-size-fits-all type course. This is your opportunity to really have the same experience that Sylvain, Marie, Laurent, Bertrand and I had when we encountered a mentor, we encountered someone who is willing to take us under the wing and teach us some of what we didn't know. Of course, you get the benefit of all of our experience, plus a lot of stuff that we developed for ourselves over the years. This is about you getting from where you are to being a professional top-earning network marketer in your company. Here's another way that successful training is going to be a little bit different from anything else you've ever done. We're putting a really big priority and emphasis on your involvement. In other words, we are not looking for thousands of people to buy this course and passively go through it like they have a million other courses. We've all done this where you buy a course, you go through the first module or two, you lose track of it, you stop opening the updates, the notification. Then pretty soon it's just video sitting on your hard drive that you never finished. We don't have any interest in that. Honestly, we've got plenty of other stuff that we could be marketing and selling. We didn't need to create this course. That's not what we are looking for. What we want is your success. The culture that we are looking to create here is one of expecting you to win. We expect you to actually do the stuff that we are teaching you so that you can get the result that you came for. We know what using this material has done for us. We know what is done for the people that we've taught it to. We know what this will do for you if you actually act on it. It's really, really important to move as quickly as possible from knowing to doing. To get as quickly as possible from the academics into real-world engagement. For instance, I'll give you an example. I guarantee you there's one thing I'm thinking of in particular, and I don't want to spill the beans. I guarantee you there's stuff that you're going to see taught in successful training that you have never heard taught anywhere else in network marketing. You've just never heard it. I don't know if anybody else is teaching it. Your result will not come from learning it. It's going to come from doing it. It's going to come from actually doing what's being taught, engaging the conversation, asking questions, doing the work, showing up and actually engaging. Somebody's doing. If they're not doing rather, if they're just learning, they're getting smarter, but they're not necessarily getting any results, and we want you getting results. We really want you engaged in this. In fact, I'll give you an example of the time early on, years ago when I was first starting out in this profession. I screwed up because I was being taught some stuff, and I took an academic approach and I said, well yeah, this is something that I know. Now I know it, I've learned it, but I didn't do it. It cost me a lot of time and money to correct. As a matter of fact, one of the unadvertised bonuses that I mentioned a few minutes ago is about something that I once knew but I didn't do. It's not about marketing, it's not about getting leads, it's not about enrolling people or making sales or signing people up. One of the bonuses, I'll give you an example. I talked to our business manager into doing a special bonus model that's about treating your business like a business. He's going to talk about not paying your business expenses out of your personal checking account. He's going to talk about what a LLC is and why you need one. He's going to talk about how to save thousands of dollars every year on your taxes that you're probably not using these strategies. I knew this stuff. Early on, I went through a course that taught me some of these things, but I didn't do it. Here I am. I wound up paying for my autoresponder out of the same checking account where I bought my grocery, where I paid my car insurance. Little things like my check were coming to Robert Ingelaere as an individual, not to a business entity. It created a lot of unnecessary hassle at tax time. I didn't get to take advantage of some of the things that I would have been able to take advantage of if I had started off correctly. Here is the other thing. This is actually the point that I really want to drive home in this video. The fact that I didn't do those things illustrated that I wasn't really planning on being successful. Instead, I had struggled for so long in trying to figure out this network marketing thing that when I finally said, okay, look, I'm going to make a run for it, it's kind of like my old mindset was still there fighting for its life. Even though I knew I wasn't supposed. I knew I needed to go set up a business checking account. I know that I should go probably register an LLC and not do my business in my personal name. I thought, what's the point in going to all that trouble? I didn't think this out loud, but subconsciously, I thought, well, this isn't going to be any different than my past experience. I wasn't planning to be successful. Even though I knew some of this stuff, I wasn't doing it. What we are going to do here is we want you to adopt a stance that whatever struggles you've had in network marketing, they are over. You need to move as if today you know that you're going to be earning a massive income in your network marketing profession in the next 3, 6, 12 months. How would you operate today if you knew that was going to happen? What decision would you make? We want to close that gap between knowing and doing. You understand why I'm bringing this up? Successful trading is designed to help you reach a multiple 6 or 7-figure income. In order for you to reach that goal, you have got to move and act as someone who's actually planning on achieving a 6 or 7-figure income. This is what I meant when I said successful trading is not just a course. It's a community. It's engagement. It's you asking questions. It's you participating full out in the mastermind. We're going to ask you to bring your A game. We're going to ask you to set up. We're going to expect leadership from you and strength. If you say you want to make $250,000 in the next year, we're going to treat you like somebody who actually is serious about making $250,000 this year. That's called integrity. That's treating somebody according to their work. In return, you can count on us to not waste your time. I'm going to be candid. We've all bought these courses that was a bunch of fluff, and there's all kinds of extraneous stuff, and there's stuff that they've thrown in this just to bulk it up. This curriculum is designed so we don't waste time on stuff that doesn't matter. There's no fluff here. If it's not vital to your experience, we left it out. If we left it in, it's because you absolutely need to know it and you need to do it. If you find a culture of successful training is a little different from anything else that you've ever experienced, that's why. It's done that way deliberately. We want your success story, we want to see you winning. Sylvain, Marie, Laurent, Bertrand, and I know there's nothing that we've done that you can't do. Each of us have earned millions of dollars from home by working a few hours a day, and there's absolutely no reason in the world why you can't do the same. I know what I've done to create this income. I know what we've all done. I promise you we are not superheroes, we don't have a cape and tights. We don't have any superpowers. I promise you're capable of doing everything that we've done. This is really an opportunity for you to leave past behind, leave the struggles behind and step into the experience that you really deserve. Here's how successful training is going to work. Each week you will find a new course module unlocked in your private members area. Each week we'll also be doing a live interactive Q&A conference call. You need to attend these calls. This is a part of what you paid for. This is not a game. It's not going to be frivolous. It's not going to be a long-winded thing. You create the call with your questions, your feedback, your concerns. Hey, here is where I am with my business. What should I do? You can ask anything you want to ask us about how to build your business from where you are right now. It is definitely part of the value that you paid for, so we expect you to set aside the time to make sure that you get to attend these calls and you ask questions. Also, we have a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week members only mastermind group online where you can ask questions, you can mastermind, you can talk about what's working, you can upload screenshots of ads you're running, or you can submit copy and say, hey, what would you say differently here? Again, this is invaluable. There's no price you can put on the mastermind just because it's your opportunity to get real-time access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to a community of people who are like-minded and on the same path. Use that group. Ask questions. Nobody writes for free. This is not something for you to lurk in. There may be other Facebook groups and things that you're a member of and you just like to go in there and read. That's great. We want you to read what's there, but we want you posting. We want you asking questions. We want you submitting screenshots, engage with the community. The ability to get that real-time interaction and feedback is priceless. Also included with each module, you're going to also start seeing various bonuses showing up. I mentioned one of those just a moment ago. I'll tell you another one for instance. There's a template that we have used repeatedly, and I mentioned this earlier, where we've been able to just walk into a brand new company and run circles around the top earner in terms of number of enrollment in the first month or two. I don't say that to brag. It probably looks mind-blowing from people on the outside, but it's really somewhat predictable. That's where we got the name from the course. There's a template, there is a formula, there is a set of action that you can engage in and you can get phenomenal results right out of the gate in pretty much any company. You're going to be able to use the same templates in your business as well. You're going to get to see all kinds of templates for video sales letter, follow-up letters, sales pages, videos, and those will show up as bonuses alongside the main course content. One last thing, and this is the most important place to start. We want to know what your situation is right now. What is your monthly income goal? Where are we going? We need to know what is actually your goal. Be specific. This is not a time to be a humanitarian and lofty and enlightened, where you're just like, well, I don't want to put a limit on my goal. I've heard people say that. I've asked people what their goal was, and they say, well, I don't want to put a limit on what I'm capable of. I don't believe in that. Okay, fine. I get the point that they're making. But for the purposes of knowing where you're going, we need an answer that's measurable. A goal has to be something that's measurable. We have to know if you hit the goal or not. And when you say, I just want to reach my full potential, you know it's a great answer, but it's not useful. Not if you are trying to track and measure how far you've come and how much farther you have to go. What is your monthly income goal? Secondly, what would that income allow you to do that you're not currently doing? I'll give you an example. I had somebody one time tell me, I just want to make more money. If their income went up $10 a month, that's technically more money, but it doesn't change their life any. In order for your goal to pull you, in order for your goal to create new behavior and new decision, it's got to be something that's going to change your life in a significant way. We want to know what's under the money. We want to know why you want to make this income. Most importantly, we need you to know it. Even if you don't tell us the answer of this question, we need you to know what's your specific income goal monthly, and we want you to know what's that money for. What it is going to let you do that you're not currently doing. Some of you may have heard of those two questions before. I'm going to give you a third one that you've probably never heard of. This is the one nobody likes to talk about, but the fact is, nobody writes for free. There's no such thing as something for nothing. The question is, what are you willing to exchange to live that lifestyle? In other words, the 20 hours day is the great equalizer. We all are where we are right now because of how we use each of our 24 hours every day. In order for you to get different results, you're going to have to change how you're using your 24 hours, and you're probably going to have to change what you're doing for some of those 24 hours. What you need to be clear on is what your commitment to this project. It's not even the project, it's your life. What is your commitment to achieving the success that you really do deserve? What are you willing to exchange for that in terms of time, commitment, education, learning, experience, trial and error? You need to get a sense of what you're going to exchange because there will be a cost of some kind. That's just life. What I'd like you to do right now is invest some time in really getting clear on those questions. One more time, what's your monthly goal? What's it going to let you do? And what will you exchange for that? If you'll get clear on those questions, you should arrive at a sense of wanting success is a must for you and not just ought to or a should. Once you've got that done, then your next step is follow any instruction that are happening in the Mastermind group, and then also hop over into your private members area and get into that first module and find out when the next live Q&A call is, and we will look forward to seeing you